Welcome, people, to the Roughneck Real Estate State of the Union podcast. We're going to be talking all things real estate today. Got a few contracts coming. Braxton ran 62 miles. Spoon ran from a snake. Like, subscribe, all the things, so he'll take us in there.
Yeah, where the kid rides.
The State of the Union is brought to you by GBT Property Management. Check us out.
I think at the beginning of the podcast, we should remind people, Braxton, that they can go to roughneckrealestate.com and get them a loan, 100% of purchase price and rehab on all your investment properties. We can do that for you. Right, Braxton?
That's right. If you got a deal, you'll bring no money to closing.
Let's throw that out there in the ether. And Spoon is a strong property manager. So if you need property management, hit up GBT Property Management, and Spoonie will get you taken care of.
Absolutely.
Now you're whispering again. Spoonie, why'd you bring your laptop up here? What you got there?
Pulling reports.
You're pulling reports.
Yeah, I'm logging in. You want them numbers?
Well, yeah, ideally. Braxton, do you study for the test?
No,
I don't study for the test either.
never did really.
But were you ready to take the test when the test was ready to go down?
Yeah.
Or so. We're waiting on Spoonie. What you got there? Anything? Anything fun?
Let's hear the numbers.
Yeah.
It's just logging in.
Well, I got some good news right off the bat, right off the dome. Our Mart House, which on the Roughneck Real Estate YouTube channel, we've got a great kind of docuseries going for it. So it's about to go full circle, I think. We have a contract on it. So that's extremely promising. An over ask,
Like $5,000 or something, right?
yeah, over ask offer in Mart, Texas. So that's amazing, extremely amazing. Spoon, I know you're excited about that.
I'm so excited.
Well, we're going to have to try to get them to push that inspection back till the AC was in there because we haven't painted the outside yet. So I'm going to message and get the color that they would like the outside painted. And then I think me and Braxton, I got Furman on it, but I don't know if Furman's going to get it done. Me and Braxton might have to go to paint school, learn how to paint one. Another deal we did down by Austin. I can't never remember the name of that town. What is it?
Kingsland.
How many days on market you think?
I think like 30 or less, right?
Definitely. We didn't. No,
Because DJ, was still working on skirting and stuff. Seems like 2 weeks ago or something. Week before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, but we did. What you call it? We didn't put it on the market between Christmas and New Year's. We waited till after New Year's.
So it's fresh.
So it's fresh. It's getting 2 offers today.
Sweet.
So location wise, strong location. I don't know much about the property. Did you ever look at it?
Mm-hmm.
You looked
went
at
inside
it.
that one.
You went inside of it. We don't know what Sohill's doing, but Braxton went inside of it.
It had some weirdness, but it was pretty updated. Normal wear and tear.
I didn't like the pictures. I didn't like the DJ. I think DJ did a good rent-ready rehab on it, but I don't think he put a good enough rehab on it to sell. I think that's outside of DJ's skill set. I don't think DJ can do a true flip make-ready. I just don't think he's good enough at doing flooring because he left some things like that. Like you could put one little 4-inch baseboard around the bathroom and clear up a whole bunch of ugly in the bathroom picture that I saw because it was like when they mopped and stuff, that little ring of water or whatever kind of stain. So if you put a 1x4 along the bottom, I've seen Furman do it 100 times, put a 1x4 along the bottom, paint it. It looks like a trim. It's pretty straightforward. So anyways, don't have that good flip make ready on it, but we do have a good rent ready make ready on it, and we're going to get 2 offers. So that's kind of impressive. Also, I think it goes to the agent. Chris Lowe has been by far closing the most deals. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
And what do you think, Spoonie?
I told my mom this morning, or not mom, my wife this morning. Don't put that in there.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, I told my wife this morning the same thing. I was like, man, Chris is murdering it.
It's just following up. It's just acknowledging objections and moving past. It's just staying with the sale and staying in the sales process and controlling the call. People come in, they're probably like, man, this property's needs a lot of work, and Chris probably hits them right back with, absolutely, I agree, and it's priced like it needs a lot of work. How soon can we expect your offer? You know what I mean? Just simply asking for the business, that one little boop, just will change your whole game. Just acknowledging it, agreeing with it, not being argumentative, not giving
Agree
up.
first.
Do what?
Agree first.
Agree first. Yeah, I agree. That's why it's priced the way it is. It's built into the price. If you would like, we can get it perfect. You just get us a list of what you want, and we'll give you the price that we'll charge to get it there. Boom. Done and done.
Options.
Because
then they're picking at that point. It's not just this is what I have, take it or leave it. It's we're going to work with you. We're going to make it into what you want.
That's right.
Perceived value grows, and actual value too. I mean, we are negotiable and flexible, so it's not like we're not being willing to do those repairs. We'll work with you.
Yep. And my call yesterday with Chris, I was, what's going on in the owner finance world. He picked the phone up after that, went to all of his solid maybes, hit them back up. And the guy that we were trying to get to close at the end of the week, he finally got the reason why he couldn't close at the end of the week. And it's because he was doing a cash out refi on a property, and that refi is about to close. So a month and a half ago, we were under contract with this gentleman, and he swapped to cash and wanted a discount. And we said, yes, we will do that. Just close at the end of this week. He said, I couldn't close at the end of the week. And like, well, we're not going to discount it anymore. Now we've, property shows a lot, but it hasn't had any offers. We're going to have to either go do repairs or sell it at the discount. Chris reaches back out. He's like, hey, would you still do 90, 95 with this guy if he closed at the end of the week? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I think he's in. So maybe we get a contract on that today too.
There you go.
So, Spoony, what you got here? Got some stats?
Yeah, they kept signing me out of the stupid drive here. So our longest days on market right now is Athens, which I think we've already taken that one off of, we're renting it. But it's 244 days, and our median is 132 days on market.
Median's 132 days on market?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry, average is 132 days, not median. I didn't run the median.
Okay. What's the difference between median and average for the roughnecks in the room?
I think I'm not numbers guy, but I think median's the middle number, and average is the actual is the mean. Yeah.
Braxton, did that make sense to you?
If you can't explain median, why would you not just use average?
I said it wrong. That's why I corrected myself.
Okay.
But we're not all as smart as Braxton.
I don't know.
Or
I was like, I don't even know what this means. But 240 days on market, it doesn't seem like we've owned that 240 days.
How many months is that?
Yeah. Man, that seems like almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 8 months.
So 8 months on market at 63,000, 2 units hadn't sold. Also on Investor Lift. It doesn't get beat up on Investor Lift, and not that bad of a neighborhood. So, but it is, I think Spoon is right. I think we did rent it for $850 a month, 1 unit. And I think we got a bid to do a make ready for like 10 on the other unit that'll rent for $1,000. So, I mean, we bought it for 45.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, very weird. Keep going, Spoonie. That's weird.
No, I was just looking at this. These numbers are weird. So the only the showings that got updated this week were Chris's, which is what we talked about. He had 3 showings this week.
Did he?
Yeah.
What property?
Athens, Winona, and Kingsland.
So, dang, I thought he had more showings than that on just Kingsland. Maybe
he has a total of 9 on Kingsland and 14 on Winona, 5 on Athens, from like the life cycle of the listing.
Yeah. What about we keep going on the other ones that Chris has? What are the lifetime showings on the other ones?
1 on Driftwood, 6 on Palestine, 2 on Chandler, 4 on Lindale, 2 on Canton.
That can't be right. But probably. Right.
My formula might be wrong. Like it made me aggregating weird or something.
Maybe. But I mean I've just, if I went to teams I could count them up, but Lindale's had more than 2 showings. He's probably not counting owner finance showings, maybe just showings that come in on
I bet
showing
that's
time.
correct.
Because we've
I
had
think I've sent
way
at
more
least
than 6.
15 at Palestine alone
Yeah,
that I know have gone there.
Yeah, we've had way more than 6 on Palestine. So, anyways, a lot of this, we got like Palestine, for instance. We'll agree or disagree. We'll sell it at a loss, or owner finance it before we do a make ready on Palestine.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those houses you get in there. It might just keep drinking. Sometimes it's better to take $5,000 in the shorts and move on than get into a never ending rehab. So, but I do believe that with enough effort from the bandit signs, we will get an owner finance buyer. I do believe that. Another one that probably will never get rehabbed. I can't think of one.
Well, the one that we talked about yesterday of mine in Bosque County, like that one, if Jacob may have an offer coming in today, we know what the rehab's going to cost. If it costs less if I have to sell it for a few $1,000s loss, it'd probably be worth it just to move that one.
I wouldn't sell that one at a few $1,000 loft. Spoon, you love that property.
I do like it.
You loved it. I would not let your love go lost.
Well, it is an awesome place.
Yeah.
Or the location.
Yeah.
And they just expanded that park even more.
And nobody heard what you said.
You should tear it down, put in a brand new Jessup double wide,
We're going to put in a new Jessup.
and move in with your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not moving them there.
Well,
because I'll hear about it for the rest of the time from my wife.
But if
from
you-
moving school districts.
But you don't believe in the product enough then. If you love the location, you could sell anyone on that location.
As a person that's not married or involved
Irrelevant.
with somebody that you have kids with yet, you'll understand what that negotiation is like one day. But my wife asked me not to move our kids' school districts anymore. So
Pay out of district fees.
it's counties over.
Pay out of district
Yeah,
fees.
we're not doing that.
interesting back and forth there. Well,
But I'll let her know that.
I'm just trying to give you an option to get it moved.
yeah.
Just trying to help.
Oh, it'll rent. If we do that rehab, it'll rent 5 minutes,
Think so? How much?
1,500.
What would your cost basis be?
95, too high, but it'll be all right.
I mean, it sounds like it'd be all right to me.
Yeah.
But,
And then we drop another one on the other acre.
yeah,
Be good.
the second one, second house. Can we fit a third in there?
Maybe they're pretty open in that county.
Yeah. So we'll just set. Can we double stack one? Can we put a house over a house?
Like no joke. If they weren't going to let me put in another mobile, I was just going to start putting in the sheds out there and redoing those, and putting a little bathroom, renting efficiencies.
So basically, you can start trying your backyard idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stacked mobile homes and such.
I mean,
Connexes, just stacking them on top of each other, one bedroom.
nobody heard what you said. Spoon, in the comment section, y'all let Spoon know that whenever he leans all the way back, y'all can no longer see him.
I got to stretch.
And then whenever he starts talking back there, you can no longer hear him. Just let him know in the comment section how that's working out. So, Braxton, your deals. What you got going on? You got
Got 200 contract last week.
that's for purchase to buy.
buy.
Tell us about those deals.
One is on a little under 2.5 acres, Cedar Creek, so it's Austin area. Looks like a double wide. Haven't seen it yet. Probably will this weekend, but dirt looks like it's going for around that price.
So 1,800 square foot double wide on that property. What did we see? We saw a real turd listed for 320 with
Yes.
4 pictures.
Bad pictures too,
Bad pictures.
like Samsung pictures.
It's kind of wild. We've sold a single wide down there for 180 on a 50 by 100 lot. Sold just raw land for what, 200? I think.
Yes.
I mean, it had houses on it, but they took the houses off. So
I mean, they were trashier than the deal we looked at, 320.
really,
Think so.
that's good. I know people kept complaining about them. I never went and looked at them. I drove
Well,
by 'em.
maybe not the back one, because like all I know, the first time I went there, I could see the front trailer and I could see inside of it, even though I was outside. There's a wall missing.
Do y'all notice Braxton's real low energy right now? It's because he ran 62 miles and his body's beating him up. He's not. His enthusiasm for sitting is not.
Yeah.
Are you in a little pain right now?
A lot of pain.
Really?
Uh-huh. Just like joint pain, bone pain. Like,
Jesus. I've never experienced that in my life. 38. So, way to fight through, Braxton.
mm-hmm.
But, anyways, yeah. So we got those two deals. The second one, 80,000
2006 mobile home.
in a neighborhood we're going to install brand new ones in. True or false?
True.
What's our price point on the brand new ones?
150.
I think we're going to list 165. That way we got some wiggle room. Wiggle. We can sell them for 150, but then as soon as we sell one, that's a problem. When you install, if I was planning this out again, I would not install 5 mobile homes in the same neighborhood. I would pick 5 different neighborhoods to install them in. That way, if we end up in a situation where the market sets these at a lower price, we can find the neighborhood that it works in. We would be basically sampling across several neighborhoods to see which one it works in. I think it's going to work in this neighborhood. Comps are there. But if it doesn't, we're going to have inventory 5. Now that we know that they'll rent for $1,500 a month, we've rented 2 of them for $1,500 a month in that area, single wides. So we know we got that. But yeah, we'll do it a little different. And we also keep uncovering new costs. Spoon just found out we got to install driveways or something.
Yeah, we have to put in our own driveways, culverts there.
Yeah. I don't know anything about installing a culvert. Just dig a hole, drop it in there.
There's already a ditch there. I'm going to put a culvert in, and we're going to put gravel over it.
Oh.
Be a driveway.
Well, that's easy enough.
We can do that.
Like, I've already got the culvert sourced. We just got to go pick them up.
Really?
Drop the cleats.
Can I go pick them up today on
Yeah.
the way home? Will they fit in the bed of my truck?
Probably not. I'm going to say
What'd
they
tailgate
will,
down?
but they're going to be long. So you could red flag them. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll go right by Alvarado. I'll pay for them. We'll load them in your truck.
Yeah, I like that. I
even
like
better. He
driving around with
pays.
culverts.
I was going to go get them with a trailer, but I like your idea better.
It's a good day.
I'm going to go install them.
I like that too.
There you go. You got a YouTube video on do-it-yourself culvert installation.
Oh, man, she's putting in plastic.
We will not be using those.
Are you getting some jankety-ass plastic ones, Spoonie?
No.
What are they going to be?
Galvanized.
American-made steel?
Absolutely.
That's what you need to call them and find out if they're made in America, and if they're not,
We'll go somewhere else.
we'll go somewhere else.
I can't imagine that they could make those and ship them in a container, just a big empty cylinder. There's
They
like
might.
12 of them.
They
Are you
might.
going to wear your hard hat whenever you do it in a reflective?
Absolutely.
That's good.
I don't want to get fined for
OSHA rolls up on you.
no, for being tacky. You know, out there working, looking like this.
Not safe.
You're doing it. Your deals. You got some deals that are listed. Your Brian deal. Have you got it listed yet?
Not yet. Chris is getting on Brian MLS, though. I'm going to get that going probably this week.
Okay. What are you gonna list it for?
I think probably 99.
Okay.
Be good price.
What about 110?
I think it would go, but I don't know.
You just want to get in less than 100?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm really curious to see what happens with it. Like,
Are you even going to
showing-wise.
clean it out?
I mean, so Pam and Linda went by there, and it is clean. Like, they didn't leave anything behind.
Really?
They got it good.
That's good.
So, I mean, there's nothing necessarily needs cleaned out.
Worst case scenario, don't your dad work in Brian a lot? Mm-hmm. So he could have him like a little bachelor pad over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Move in.
Yeah. I mean, we'll give him a beanbag chair. Mm-hmm. Put him a TV on the wall.
Be a sweet spot.
Yeah. It'd be, get him a kegerator so him and Pam can live out their college days. Be like, look, we got beer on tap.
It would just be like old school. Like his dad's just like got a frat going over there.
For long, he's there more than home.
All of his old buddies just hanging out.
Talking my mom into moving back to Brian.
Yeah. Be a good time.
Sounds kind of awesome.
Whoa, Spoon. You know the deacons might be watching. They don't want you to know that you're drinking beer.
Oh no, that's only the Nazarenes. They care about that.
All right. So last week was the first week that I ever went through real estate, I think, where we didn't have something under contract for sale. Everything had sold, and we had no new contracts. That was a first for me in years of doing multiple deals. It looks like this week we already have one under contract and might get another 2 under contract that I know of. And we're going to start the rehab on several. Winona's about to get a rehab. It's had, 14 showings? Handful of offers, but hadn't came through. And then Bastrop's going to get a double wide as soon as this land deal closes up in Commerce, which I guess technically we had that Commerce deal under contract the whole time. It's not on our board, though. So is it going to close?
The guy agreed to move it to our other title company, so he wanted to call them first this morning. It looks like it's going to close.
That's good.
No amendments have been signed yet, but
You excited about that, Braxton?
Mm-hmm. I'm a little sad that we never went out there and messed around, though.
Yeah, we never even went to it.
I think there's still cows hanging out there.
We could go hang out with them.
I remember Anthony was like, I'm gonna go get these cows. I'm like, that have just been living there.
That's what I told him too.
I was
I'm
like, I don't know that's how that works.
I said, man, you might want to call the sale barn. There's somebody that'll round them up and give you 10% of whatever they get, but that's way more work than you think it's going to be.
They're not. I mean, you'd be out there cake breaking them for a month, and then even then, I'm not sure I'd want to mess with them. I don't. I mean, I talked to a lot of people and said, hey, there's some free cattle up there. And not one of them said, all right, let's go get them. So that's where that's at. I was like, damn, that's pretty wild. So anything new? Anything new happening?
I don't think in particular.
He done forgot. What about you?
You just
Anything
looked
new?
at me like.
Well, no, Braxton forgot our new thing. What about you? Anything new?
Or are we talking about the fun? What are we talking about?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
I got lots of new things. Like,
What?
like we started up an electrical company this year. It's gonna be full up and live this year for our new endeavors. Our septic company will be rolling full and wide for this deal. Our general contracting company is up and running. We started a private fund, which we're managers of.
Who is?
Both myself and Braxton.
You excited about that, Braxton?
I am excited about that. I'm excited to see what we can do with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good times. What about you, Spoonie?
We talked about it a couple weeks ago. I'm super excited about all this.
You called your billionaire buddy yet?
I have not, but I'm going to meet him here this weekend,
Dang.
like in person. He's coming in from out of town.
Okay, that's cool. Well, should have that wrapped up today. Should have a bank account today.
I saw some email this morning that I think we can sign and should be everything we need for it.
So the best part about it is I think it's already, I mean, I do think it's going to be a really hard sales job. I think it's going to take a lot of deal, but we got 90 days to fill it up. You know, I know that we already have a lot of money committed. So we should be able to start getting commitments signed and wires sent, and we'll be holding a bag and we'll be able to go shopping. So if you got a deal, somewhere in Texas, nobody's buying, we want to look at it. So where can they email those to?
The
Intern?
probably Braxton at gbtpm.com
Yeah.
or d8buys at gmail.com.
Yeah. So email your deals if you got them. We'll take a look at all of them. Definitely going to have a good time with it. The funniest part was the pro forma that y'all were fucking around with.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all had a good time with it. It's kind of hard to take a pro forma because it's going to be a flipping company. It's going to hold rentals, and trying to figure out what percentage of flips versus rentals. So historically, we've sold 70% of everything we've bought, so we've only held on to 30%. So that's how we projected this thing out. And then historically, our flips have done 37%. So that was a little intense.
Well, it was also hard to calculate because, like, from 2018, growth-wise, it was like 300% for the first 3 years. And then, like, a drastic cutoff. And it's still a high, like, 27 was the last one. It's like, that seems more like a realistic number, you know, but it's like...
I mean, it was very difficult. Like doing a pro forma in that manner, because
it's like, I'm not saying we can't do 300% again. It's like, I don't want to cut ourselves short, but also got to be...
Well, I was like, I just kept telling Jacob, I was like, just put it at 12 and move on. He's
Yeah.
like, but y'all are being really, y'all are getting really down in the weeds. I'm
We're
like,
trying
this
to back
thing is-
into a number.
Yeah, they're trying to back into a number historically how our business has ran, and it's ran very well. And so factoring in everything, it was pretty wild.
Plus, with growth comes expense growth, and
Yeah, it's very hard. Very,
So-
very hard to project that. Spoon wasn't involved with that part of it, not the calculations. And then even y'all, I don't know what, kept getting it kicked back. And I'm like, just put it at 12, call it a day. Just we don't like it's going to do good. We don't know how good it's going to do. It's going to do phenomenal.
I feel like if you sell yourself short and end up doing a whole lot better, no one's going to be mad at you.
Yeah.
Well, and the next one's going to be a whole lot easier to predict.
No, none of them are easy to predict. That's the whole thing. That's why you don't have a crystal ball. You can, historically we were selling 70% and holding on to 30%. I'll bet you that number's not. I bet you it's 50-50 at
Or
best.
it's flipped.
Or it's flipped.
I bet it's flipped.
So, I mean, but in these 90-day markets, I mean, stuff is still selling. So it's like, one of the things we are going to have to do is give it inventory from the jump. So we're having a meeting tomorrow to look at properties that we have. So a really good example is our Wortham apartment complex. Our Wortham apartment complex probably has $50,000, $60,000 worth of deferred maintenance. Like
Least.
that, if you could stroke a check, you could put 50 or 60 into it.
Right now.
And it has, equity wise, it has probably $400,000 worth of equity, maybe $500,000 worth of equity in tomorrow's market. But in today's market, a legit $400,000 worth of equity. But it's not seasoned. So let's say it starts eating air conditioners tomorrow. It's got 10 air conditioners and they're all old as shit. So it starts eating air conditioners. It's just 4,000. All of a sudden you've got $40,000 worth of air conditioners and $10,000 worth of outside work that you want to do to it. It would not be good on D8 holdings, right now to have to start eating air conditioners. It would affect the cash flow. You sell that thing to the fund at basis, let it assume the loan that is on it. The fund has plenty of cash reserves. It's going to be holding back $300,000. So if it starts needing that deferred maintenance, or if you just didn't want to deal with it and could take it out right at the beginning, and then it holds that asset, and in 3 years, better interest rate market comes, boom, liquidate it. By then, rents have gone from, which we underwrote this at $600, we got $800, so we're already outkicked our coverage there. But let's say we get to $850, $875 on rent in the next 5 years, and
I think that's the thing too. It's like 5 years. That's a lot of time for rents to go up.
yeah. So, I mean, that thing could be one that would be better suited for the fund because it has the cash reserves to operate it, and it would juice. I mean, it's just like, giving it, and since we're not necessarily bringing money to the fund, bringing that equity into it, giving that deal to the fund at basis, could be our capital contribution for the fund. That's the way I look at it. Now, I'm not an attorney. This ain't legal advice. I don't even know if that's a legal move. We're going to have to run that through all the proper channels, but definitely a deal that we're looking at putting into the fund. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow, look over all of our rent rolls, see which rental properties we have now and what we have on our board currently, because the day that, we're going to have to deploy $4.5 million worth of capital.
You started out with a lot of cash flow in real estate
Yeah.
at a discount or with built-in equity.
Yeah. So trying to deploy that in 90 days is going to probably be the biggest challenge. Getting our hands on the money, getting the investors in will be the first challenge, but deploying it within 90 days is going to be very, very tough. So anyways, what else you got, old Brack?
I guess we got an intern coming in.
Do you have an intern? I don't know if he's watching. Did he get the key from you yesterday?
Got the key. He called me this morning and got logged in.
Okay.
Then we got another guy wanting to work.
We do. Going to get him. I think he doesn't work on the weekends. So we got that. Poor old Brenton. When we come and do this, he wasn't keeping up as well on the days we're not in there with him. Brandon ends up shorthanded. We had a guy get hurt on our make-ready crew. So since we had the intern, we had the flexibility to let Brenton go get some perspective working with Brandon. Maybe when he comes back, the phone won't be so daunting.
But easier.
little easier. I mean, Spoon hates the phone. I think Spoon's like me. The phone or the work wouldn't matter. He's just staring at me. I mean, like if you could go out and rewire a house, or you had to sit there and lease apartments.
I'd rather rewire house.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's like, to me, it's like 50-50. It don't matter to me. If that's just what's on the menu that day, it's on the menu. If I got to pick between running equipment or being on the phone, I'm going to run equipment all day.
But if you say, hey, you got to get on the phone, I'll sit there with you. Like it's just the work.
Yeah, but I don't, once I get on the phone, once I get grooving, I mean, the hardest part is the first, 3 or 4 calls, but once you're in there, I mean,
Just reps over and over and over.
dude, it becomes fun. Like it becomes,
Oh, you can make 100 calls in a day and not feel like it was anything once you're in there.
dude, but it's funny because you run across the skanks, you run across the homeless people, you run across the fucking wild ass stories. Like every now and then it gets real fucking entertaining. Like Brent had that one lady add him on Snap and start fucking with him.
Gets a little Western.
Yeah, she's a little purple haired, you know. She was,
Seems to be Brendan's type.
what'd she call herself? An alt something?
Yeah. Alt something.
An alt
Alt
slave
chick or
girl or
something. I
something.
don't know.
It was something wild. I was like, ooh.
I'd be willing to bet Brendan has dug
hasn't.
into that problem.
He hasn't. That's the problem. Like that. She was like in a throuple.
Listen, as a young man his age, single, wouldn't you have dug into, just wanted to know more questions about whatever that is?
I don't know. I mean, are you talking about me or are you talking about
Just
him?
if you were in his position, I'd been like, I
No.
gotta ask some questions here. What the hell is that?
No, I would've-
Or he has, and now he can't tell us about it.
That might be it. Maybe he's getting cucked or something in a weird way.
that was it. Like
Oh.
it was the throuple. Like she had a boyfriend and she was okay with whatever Brenton wanted to do. The boyfriend was okay with. That was one of the messages we got.
Oh wow.
So he was the
He was
one
the other
doing
guy.
the cucking.
Well, yeah, was he
bull.
the bull or the cuck?
He was
Like
the
which
bull.
one? Oh, okay. Well, I guess congrats, Brendan.
But I think it scared him.
He just wasn't in the corner crying.
You've probably never. No, you ain't. I can just look at you and tell Spoonie.
I don't know. I don't know what question you're asking.
You've never been the bull in that situation.
Trying to make a dude cry in the corner. Like no,
No. I'm just saying, like you're talking a big game over there.
I'm not talking a game. I'm asking the question.
Well, I can't even tell the stories that I would tell, but
I mean, he can and he will. If you
I-
get Corey in person at any event, he'll just start
cannot-
randomly telling stories.
I cannot tell these stories on the podcast, because all my friends were there. that's it's not me, it's them. So I can't. You know what I mean? Like there's been incidents where well, I can tell one.
I don't think you should.
Well, the gentleman's
I'm just
dead.
going to say that.
The gentleman's passed
Yeah,
away.
I'm just saying it as like a general rule. I don't think you should tell that on this podcast, considering this is about real estate.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, did it happen in a house?
It did happen in a house.
Jesus, Sohail.
Sohail's trying.
Sohail's like, look, this is the only kind of fiction I read. If we could get some more.
It happened at a rent house. Our friend Dave, who's passed away, died of cancer. It's pretty funny. Like he was given solid advice and cheers to Brian Brune. It's like, no. Try this instead. Brian's like, why are you here? And he's like, we share a room. Like, where do you want me to go? Like, I'm not gonna go to the living room. Like, we live in the same room. Sorry you got a girl here, but I would do this different. And Dave's just a funny guy. He's R.I.P. Dave DeMarco. He's a real character. Jacob said before me and him met that we were gonna hate each other or love each other, and then we wore the giant Elton John sunglasses on our together down 6th Street and floated the river the very first time we met. We were like peas and carrots. And his old lady slapped him and he got a sore in his mouth and it wouldn't heal. He was going to the doctor and found out it was cancer.
Jeez.
I know, died at 27, 28 years old. All of a sore that wouldn't heal in his mouth. But in his time, he'd give you good advice from the other bed. So anyways, what else you got, Spoonie?
I don't think I have anything that follows that. I mean, I got the rent rolls pulled up here.
How the rent's doing? I don't even trust your version of the
put-
rent rolls. So tell me what you got.
I'm just pulling them straight out of Appfolio.
Oh, well, I don't trust it.
Oh, well,
Because what Dead Eight's got stuff in there that's not rented and doesn't own anymore. But keep going.
yeah, I get all that. It's the only place I can pull it. And as you've pointed out, I don't have the same level of account that you have sometimes.
Well, I would just ask somebody for it. I'll just ask.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Tell us what it says.
Well, so Dead Eight's market rent's $25,542.
And that's D8 Holdings or Dead Eight?
Dead Eight.
So Dead Eight has $25,000 a month worth of rent.
That's what it should be, market rent. The actual rent is $17,498. So there's $10,000 of
Vacancy loss.
vacancy. Well, $7,500.03 is what it is.
Okay.
So that's the vacancy loss on that. For D8, it's not much better, but that just may be the time of where all these things are, lining up. $29,695 is market rent. We collected actual rents at $19,083, and past due is $10,428.
We got $10,000 in past due rent.
Yes.
So here's something we're exploring, because we're evicting somebody out of a $2,100 a month rental. And this is a question that Jacob's asking the CPA. I was like, why don't we just let that person stay if they can pay? Like if they pay this month, why don't we just let them stay? Because a $2,100 a month rental, it is what it is. But if we can give a concession and write the concession off, like if it's a write-off,
Oh, yeah.
what difference does it make to us?
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously you don't want to do that in an apartment complex or something like that where everybody would try it. You know what I mean? But if you've got one rental and they've, whatever reason they need a month, and we can sign it off as a concession and then raise their rent and then lock them into a longer term, like why wouldn't you do that? So that's something we're exploring in these weird times that we're in where, one, we've got a ton of flip inventory that we're trying to get rented. I don't think that vacancy loss is 100% real because whenever you're looking at the market rent versus what's rented, sometimes that can be that, like in Wortham, you rent one for $850 and it sets the market rent at $850, but all the rest of them are rented for $800.
Well, then that's what it's showing here. Like,
Yeah,
I believe you're correct on that.
so it's not necessarily a
And
vacancy loss.
And it's showing 2 vacant at Wortham. I don't think that's correct right now either.
There's one vacant, but it just signed a lease, and the other one's probably going through eviction. But I also don't know because if there is a second one vacant at Wortham, this is the first I've heard about it. But I rented the one in Wortham this morning. Look right here. Look at that.
Dang.
Yep. So, anyways, what else you got, Spoonie?
Oh, that's it on the rents. We did not have any money come in last week.
We didn't have any money coming in last week. Does that mean we're going out of business?
No, it doesn't.
That's good.
I don't know. Weeks without revenue don't seem to be that great. Rents came in last week, Spoonie.
That's money in the bank.
Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, I was just talking. I conflated the two issues. I just meant from flips or hotels.
Or wholesales.
Yeah.
Down week. We gonna make any money this week?
Maybe if we can get something closed.
It's a very broad answer. Do we have anything that's set to close on assignment?
I don't think this week. No.
No. And we're still trying to get that other lot, the buy done too.
Yeah. So it's going to be a dry patch here. We're going to need a slump buster coming up here pretty soon. Maybe assign something to, Spoonie, you want to take anything on assignment?
Maybe. Let's go. We'll look at them.
All right.
Why not?
Braxton want to take anything on assignment?
Probably so.
Braxton's ready to go. Said, fuck around, find out. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Like, subscribe, all the things. GBT, property management for property management. Roughneck to real estate for hard money loans. We got somebody coming in right after this, lady named Tiffany Poole. I think they're going to go eat salty food so Braxton can get his legs back. Salty,
I'm gonna
fat
drive
food. You're going to what?
Drive him to eat.
You going to ride him?
You have to lift me out of that matrix.
Yeah.
I was going to drive his truck.
Ooh, gouge on it.
Yeah. She's just going to stand on
Whip
it.
is shitty. Anyways, we'll see y'all later. Spoonie. If you like what you've seen here, find Braxton on Tinder and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just keep swiping. He's on there.